All right, so we should be live here with Youssef Zalal, having a little hot lunch here with my guy. Like, for those who don't know, I mean, it's probably pretty dang obvious what a big fan I am of Youssef. So, congrats on another win. You're killing it.
Nah, thank you, thank you. You guys always, you always been a good fan. I love that. I love that, and you great people. So that always helps as well. So
Well, thank you. Well, and it's funny because the other day I was talking to Rashad about you, and I was like, we met him on Fight Island, and his heart rate was so fast. And like, I was telling him the whole backstory about you and just like how much fun you are. And your whole story is pretty incredible. So now I just got to get my stats right. So you're on Yusuf, you're on a 5-win streak now. So the last 5 fights were Emmett, Cater, Shore, Aaron's, and Billy Q. How you feel about this last win over Josh?
hey, that's a good resume right there. Huh? That's a good
Really
resume. I
good.
like that. I feel good, man. I feel good. Like, what did they say? Like, it couldn't gone any better. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Unless you would have knocked him out, that would have been a lot better. You know what I mean?
right.
But yeah, man, I'm super super happy and grateful for that. And I put it out there. I really did. The whole week, that was my whole thing. I was like, this is gonna be my week, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be my week to change my life. And I think I came closer, one step closer to do that.
So, what do you mean change your life? Because things are doing great. Do you mean by maybe getting a title shot or something, or what would be the
No,
change?
change
This
my life, like make more money, get more
okay,
opportunities, do a lot of stuff like that. I before I was, young and dumb, I wanted to rush everything. I was like, yeah, my this and this now, my time will come, you know what I mean? My
yeah,
work will show, and keep doing that, you know what I mean? And that's what kind of like I was like joking around, but I was being for real. I was like, Josh Emmett made a lot of money. Josh Emmett made his time, did his time and stuff like that. And it's my time, you know what I mean? And
hmm
that was my mentality the whole week and the whole time second stint at the UFC, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
that was that. I want to be the guy that signing his own poster. I want to be the guy that's doing all that stuff and stuff like that. And I think everything is aligning together, which is
Mhm.
grateful and blessed. And that's why I always say Alhamdulillah. That's always been me, and I always take that. God, without God, nothing is possible.
Well, I love it, and you bring up a lot of stuff because when you did first join us, yeah, you fought a lot, and it's a great way to make an impact. It came during COVID, and you had the opportunity to really make a name for yourself. You fought a lot. You fought quickly. You left the UFC and you came back, and we talked about your maturity. So now, yeah, you just turned 29 a couple weeks ago or something, right? So now it's like,
I'm
oh,
getting
look at you.
old. I'm getting old. I'm getting
You got
old,
it.
bro. I'm getting old out here. Almost 30. That's crazy.
But it is a real sense of maturity for you that has come over the last couple of years.
100%. And that's
Yeah.
that's the beauty of this. That's what the beauty of this sport and this is becoming a better man and becoming a better human. You know what I mean? I feel
hmm
like I don't want to be like cliche, like a motivational thing, but it really is. You know what I mean? It's like that's what
Yeah.
we do life for. You know what I mean? I feel
hmm
like now these days it's like it's so much like bad media, bad this,
Yeah.
bad that, but there's never about like actually just being a better human being. That's
hmm
all I care about. You know what I mean? And if that's what makes me, I'm gonna keep me. I'm not gonna change me for somebody else.
I love it. It's such a positive message, and it's something we all desperately need to hear. So yeah, I feel that for you. So or with you rather. You were talking about it being a perfect case scenario or whatever, the best case scenario. So you and Josh are only the 5th fight in UFC history to combine for one significant strike attempt.
Oh, no, really? I didn't know that. That's see, another stat I know right now. So that's crazy. That's pretty cool. I did
Yeah,
not
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So
The
there's
fifth,
five. So
the
there's 4 other fights.
Yeah, 4 other fights, and I'm sorry I don't have those right in front of me, but it's the 5th fight in UFC history to have both of you guys combined for one strike attempt, and it's kind of
Was that my
crazy.
teep or the kick that I threw? Which one was it?
I mean, I guess that it counted as the attempt, right? And so it didn't land,
Oh,
but
that's
it,
cool. I did not know that. That's cool. Look at you with the stats, with the facts over here. I see you, girl. You out here
I'm
now. You
trying.
on it. Okay, okay.
Like I said, I should have written down the other 4. I'm sorry I didn't remember them, but it's kind of crazy because I was watching this with a friend of mine, and I gave him the whole buildup. I'm like, Yusuf, he's all this, he's all energy, he's this, and then you
Yeah.
and then you come out and you do this fight, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. And I just looked at my friend, and I was like, well, and I realized I was like, yeah, there was no strikes thrown, but I was like, literally, I was like, well, this is one of those fights that's like the argument when people are like, you guys are out here bashing your heads, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Look at he just won a fight. Nobody got hurt.
And
I
that's like
like
that's
that.
the beauty of it too. That's a lot of people was like, you should have broke his arm. I was like, why? I was like, I know, like fans are crazy. Like fans are crazy. And they're like, yeah, should have broke his arm or like this and that. And I was like, because nobody knew what happened. Not a single
Right.
person knew what happened. And I was like, man, that kind of like took it away. I was like, you guys
Yeah.
didn't see the arm bar? I was like, but yeah, that was kind of cool. But like you said, at the end of the day, we both healthy. We both
Yeah.
didn't like really get hurt, and then we go to enjoy our lives.
Yeah. I love that. And the thing is, obviously, nobody, you don't want to stand and trade with Josh Emmett. So obviously, you guys knew when you were game planning, you were not going to stand and trade with him.
Yeah, I'm like people are just amazing. Fans are amazing. I just
Yeah.
gotta say that, but in a bad way. I'm being sarcastic, fans.
Yeah. I know what
But
you're doing.
no, but yeah, obviously, the number one thing I respected is power. You have to.
Hmm.
If you don't, you're delusional and you're about to get knocked out. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
But I also learned from my last fight is don't give too much respect. And that was kind of
Yes.
my mistake is I gave way too much respect to these guys. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like Cater, I put him over my head like he's the guy, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And this and that. And it showed in the fight cup a little bit, you know what I mean? So I took that as an experience to this fight. I was like, all respect in the world to Josh Emmett. He's a
Hmm.
legend. I said it in the interviews. I want to be like him in a way
Yeah.
to go fight for the belt, do this, do a lot of things that he achieved in his life and
Hmm.
make all this money and make all these bonuses and stuff like that. So 100% took everything from that. But I also looked at it as it's my turn, it's my time
Hmm.
and I can't wait to keep doing that.
So that's what you mean when you were talking about the fight with Calvin Cater, because you kept kind of apologizing for it, and you're like, "Oh, that wasn't really me, and that wasn't the last performance." And I'm like, "But you beat him, and everybody loves Calvin Cater, and a win over Calvin Cater is a big deal." So I didn't quite understand why you kept apologizing for it.
I don't know. I'm the side of me just I'm it's who I am, I
Okay.
don't want to be. I know my coaches were hyped. David Dunam, my teammate, were hyped. They were like, "Where's the booze at? Where's the booze at? Huh? Where y'all at now?" And I was like, "No, no, it's okay,
Right.
it's okay, it's okay, it's okay." But they just kind of like, I mean, haters are haters, but we need that
Yeah.
for sport. Even Dean Thomas came to me, man. That was like, I'm so happy that I have great people around me
Yeah.
and good friends and good co-workers, as they say. But
Hmm.
those guys are awesome to kind of just hear that from them. It's like, don't listen to the fans. You don't need to apologize to anything. And even Errol, you, and all these guys, so it's pretty cool. So it's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I go hard on myself for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why it's always been that way. But I
Hmm.
apologize, obviously, for that's not who I was. And like you said, that's the reason why I apologize, because I gave him way too much respect.
Okay.
Way
Yeah.
too much respect. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the respect. He's a legend. Cater is a legend. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He's
Yeah.
gonna be a Hall of Famer just because of the fights that
I
he's
love
been
it.
in. But it's just for me, it's a growing moment, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep growing.
Nice. Well, you're growing. Like I said, you're on a 5 win streak. So the for folks who don't know, the most win streaks in the featherweight division. So Lerone Murphy has 9. More on Lerone in a second. 8 for Movsar Evloev, 8 for Movsar Evloev, and 5 in a row for you, Melquizel Costa and Steve Garcia, who has just been knocking people out and on a tear and stuff. So let's talk about Lerone, okay? Because currently, I know the rankings are probably about to change. You went into this fight. Today, if you look at it, you're number 9, Josh was number 8, and Lerone is number 4. So there was maybe Lerone was going to fight Volk, and Volk was like, "Cool, see you in December," and we thought it was maybe going to happen, but maybe it kind of isn't. So is that why you called out Lerone, or like what's the deal with that? Why is he the guy? Because obviously there's a bunch of other people that you could call out. Why is it Lerone that you want?
Exactly how you said it. It's everybody title shot.
Yep.
Volk said, "See you in December." Nothing happened, and then Volk did an interview in Perth saying, "Hey, I don't have an opponent," and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "That's the time for me to go jump on this opportunity." And
Yeah.
why not Murphy? He's undefeated. He's coming out of the best performance of his lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, ride that train and shut that hype down gets my name up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like just waiting in there and like going in there. So that's why the whole call out was for, because of that reason.
That makes a lot of sense, and it's a great call out. I mean, the truth of it is there's fun matchups for you ahead of you. You know what I mean? Whether or not whatever Volk is going to decide, I don't know, but maybe now there's always those backup positions too. Let's say it is Lerone going for the title, but you could maybe argue to be a backup guy or something like that. Like you have a lot of opportunity ahead of you, I guess I would
Yeah,
say.
I would happily to do that, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I also want to fight. I don't want to
Right.
sit there and waste my talent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also learned is patience is key, you know what I mean? Everything happens
Hmm.
for a reason. I'm not in a rush in a way, but I also don't want to waste my talent and like just sit here. So I'm ready to fight December 6th. I know the T-Mobile Arena, that's been great, and don't put me at a goddamn Apex anymore. I love the crowd. My best performances have been on the crowd, all this stuff. It's been
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, I want to jump on every opportunity, and I know to be a star and to be a world champion, you have to do those things. So, and
Hmm.
I'm not playing around about changing my life. I want to change my life and my family's life, and I know what it takes to get to do that.
I think you're going to change their lives. You're already changing a lot. I'm going to try to make sure I can see if I can see some comments here. But okay, so Teep Senju is saying, yeah, hell no, don't trade with Josh Emmett.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
uh,
See,
so
that's what I'm talking about.
so
That's
they
what
know.
I'm talking
Okay,
about.
so Vincent here is saying oh sorry, yeah, so this is Mike rather. Mike Otero is saying, Youssef, you're an effing monster, bro. Didn't mean to show the F word here. This is a family show here. But here, how about this one? So Vincent is saying fight John Silva and then fight for the belt. What would you make of something like that with John Silva, who I know it didn't go his way in his last fight, but the guy is incredibly dangerous and, obviously somebody that is very much of a threat.
It's an exciting fight. It'll be a great fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a bigger name. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing, right? And this sport is about opportunities and bigger names and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
but winning John Silva, I don't think gets me a belt. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to look at it as they say the ranking things. But he was
Hmm.
fighting the number two, so he wins. He gets a title shot. But
Yeah.
and the guy who fought for the title shot, they're gonna be. I win. They'll be like, well, you fight the number 10, so you're gonna wait. You know what I mean? That's why I was
Yeah.
calling the top guys.
Okay. Okay. That makes a lot of
But
sense.
that's money wise and fame wise. That's a great fight.
How about this one? Yair.
Oh, I would love that fight. Who doesn't know Yair? And again, fought for the belt, fought, ex title contender, all
Yep.
that stuff. So 100%, yeah.
Yeah. Yair. I mean, former champ. So Yair would be pretty sweet. I'm not mad at that. Ooh, I'm not mad at that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good fight. What is he, number two yet? Number two contender or number three?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he might be number 3 right now. Let me double check here.
Yeah,
But
I'm pretty sure he's number three.
um,
Yeah, you're right.
that's pretty great. Hey, so question for you. You were just talking about changing your life, and I feel like we've seen it with Georgia. We've seen it, with Ilya and Marab, like really putting Georgia on the map and stuff. Like obviously, you go in there, you're the Moroccan devil, you're flying that flag and stuff. But and in this time, in these few years, how much has changed for you in terms of like the growth that you've seen? And I don't want to say you're carrying it all on your shoulders, and you and the Zatar brothers and stuff, but like you're kind of carrying the country on your shoulders, and you're doing a heck of a job. So I'm just curious what that's been like for you, because we've seen, and like some of the guys, they'll Turkmenistan, they'll stay up till 3 a.m. to watch their guy. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of stuff is really freaking cool. I love it.
Yeah, my nephew and my couple of my cousins stay. It's 4 a.m. I fought around
Uh,
4 a.m. So they were staying up and all that stuff and stuff. It means a lot to me. It means I have a purpose
yeah,
in this life, and
yeah.
that's what kind of like brings me joy and brings me excitement. So for
Hmm.
me, I was like really good before, because last time I kind of like put the pressure in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the pressure is a privilege. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It really is a privilege to be. Why not? I want to be that guy to represent my country. I want to be that guy. This is a good pressure. This is amazing
Yeah.
pressure. Like you get to see that around the world. Why not? Yeah, like it's a blessing that I got chosen to do this. You know what I mean, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's how I look at it. It means a lot to me, and the job is not done. The comeback story is not done. The comeback story is when we do the things that we said done and be a world champion, and I will be a world champion.
I'm so ready for UFC, uh, Casablanca or something
Hey,
like.
you guys about to have a great time. Morocco, you guys about to have great food, great time.
Well,
Just keep
I
me
told you
away
I've
from
been
that.
there before, so I already know.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I
gonna be amazing.
I already know. I love it. Yeah, I already know. So yeah, I'm looking here. People are saying flawless victory. I just want to double check and see if there's Instagram. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. So there's more Instagram comments here too. I just want to see if there's some questions and stuff like this. But people are saying, that you're the featherweight champ coming soon for sure. Here, a lot of people just congratulating you, and and the Moroccan Devil. I mean, you're just it. Here's the thing. I told you, I forget what it was. You posted something a while back, and I was like, you might have to change that name to the Handsome Devil. I was like, and I'm like, does Youssef have an older brother?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean it in the best way. Like, you're coming into your own. Like, I love to see it. Like when you first joined us, yeah, you were like this young like Pokemon guy. You know what I mean? Like all energy and stuff. And it's been like
still
really
energy.
fun.
I still in there.
I know it's still there, but it's really fun watching you mature and like turn into this man that you are and like kicking ass. It's just great. I love it.
Yeah, I like I said, it's a blessing, man. I'm glad. And I'm happy, like all the things that happened, and I'm a big believer of everything happens for a reason. So, and that's what I kind of like stuck with, you know what I mean? And my faith helps me a lot with that. And being honest with myself helps a lot too, as well. So I didn't look at everybody else and like this and this and that, and think what everybody thinks about me and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And hey, man, you don't like me. I'm just not your guy you want to watch. I'm not the guy you want to hang out with. That's fine. No problem. There's plenty of people in the world. There's billions of people in the world. So there's always a group that you're going to hang out with and people you're going to hang out with. So that's why I keep my circle close, and that's what matters.
And you looked to be very kind of emotional after the fight. The UFC has been showing some clips of you walking out, and when you're like on the way back to the locker room and you give a really, really long hug. Can you just let people know who that was?
Yeah, that was my mom and my dad. And my mom is first time in the US since 2009. And that was her first fight watching me live ever in her whole life. So that was very a stressful moment for me a little bit, but it was one of the greatest moments of my life, and I'm happy to say I got to experience that before I go away. So that was amazing to have that memory deep down in my heart and deep down in my brain. You know what I mean? So that meant a lot to me. That brought me joy, and this is why I do this, is for them. And obviously my hero, my brother that passed away. So that's kind of, it was definitely emotional. I was trying to hold it as much as I can. I really try to hold it as much as I can. And I'm more of a mama's boy too. So it's kind of like, she calls me every goddamn day, nonstop. How you doing? Oh my God. I'm like, Mom, I literally just talked to you yesterday. Like you like, she's that type of woman, man. And so it means a lot to me that I got to share that moment with her. And it was, wow, that moment was amazing. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it really was beautiful. And that's what I was thinking was the situation there. I didn't know if she had ever been able to see you before, and you could see it.
That was the first time.
Which is just amazing. And the fact that your mom is there watching it in a fight when you didn't even get punched, like nothing happened. It's perfect. It's never let her go to another fight, Youssef. Never, ever again. You can't do anything bad.
I think my dad, my uncle actually said the same thing. He was like, why are you stressing her? She was so stressed out. And I was like, well, thank God I didn't get hit, because if I would have gotten hit, she would have freaked out. Like, I know the security was on her because we were coming down, and then like she was coming all the way down from the stands because we were right by the walkout, and like she's losing it, like, oh, my son, like all freaking out. And I was like, oh my God, imagine if I had to go 3 rounds with a guy that's, and I know she saw the highlight too. I know she watched the highlight before we walked out. And because I was watching it right before I walked out, I was like, man, I'm fighting this guy right now, bro. I was like, I gotta lock him, dog. I was like, I was in my head. I was like, I gotta go lock in. He's just like, everybody's just like, sleep. And I was like, oh, smokes. Yeah, let's go. But so I can't even imagine what she went through.
Yeah, her heart rate watching Josh just level those people in that lead up. She must have been like, oh, sweet baby, what is happening? Yeah. She's either the best luck and bring her every time, or never again.
So high. She screamed so high in my ear. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's amazing. And I will say though, I'm really close to my mom. And so like all of that stuff, that feeling, I could feel that in there, that love and that hug. And I have a daughter, the feeling of like the success and the love and all of it coming, it's very palpable through the video. So I'm happy
No.
for all of you.
Yeah, the
What's
mom hugs should be therapy. I really do believe that. It's the greatest
yeah,
thing in the world. When a mom hugs you and especially you have that connection or a
yeah.
bond, yeah, you're melting. You're done.
It's beautiful. It's
You're done.
beautiful. People here are saying before I let you go here, they're saying Arnold Allen maybe needs a fight. Is that right? Is he not matched up right now?
No, I don't think so. He hasn't fought in a
Okay.
minute too.
Right, right. He is
Yeah.
very good though. Arnold Allen is a very good. Also here, baby Benji here saying, what about Aljo too? Um, Aljo's an opportunity because
He just
does he have
fought
one? He just fought right when
Ryan
we were in
Ortega.
Shanghai, so
Yeah.
that the
Shanghai.
timing is pretty close. Right.
So
He just went
like I
over.
said, whatever the UFC said, I jumped on the opportunity. If that's gonna happen, that is. If not, give me a big fight. And those two names are huge names. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's a headliner for sure. So I
Yeah.
would love to do that as well. So in the end of the day, I wanted it. Like I said, I want to set myself up and really change my life. And I think those are the names to kind of go for it as well.
Nice, nice, awesome. I love it. Well, I'm glad you could hang out today. I'm just really psyched for you. This was awesome. You're just awesome. You're so much fun. And yeah, just keep killing it. I'll see you again on. I mean, so maybe we could get you. If not in December, you want to fight soon again, though. That's the
Yeah,
whole thing because
hundred
you're
percent,
ready.
100%. I would
You're
love
ready.
to fight in December, and
Yeah,
if not, I'll keep doing the travel a little bit and keep promoting myself a little bit, and then
yeah.
obviously lock it in on the new year, and then go from there. But I've been locked in, I've been ready, and it's been a hell of a roller coaster, and I can't keep going to go higher and higher and keep that roller coaster going.
I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations. You're so fun to watch, and I'm appreciating that you had the time to just hang out today. A little hot lunch, kicking back a little, and yeah, I love
Yeah,
it. I
I
love
got
it.
you, girl.
So,
Anytime, you know that.
yes, baby. All right. Well, it's great to see you, Youssef, and congrats again. And I'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Take it easy. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you later.